In 2004, the state of Connecticut established the Early Childhood Cabinet, created by statute, and the Appropriations Committee of Legislature began a pilot project to apply results-based accountability to the budget process. This began a 3-year-old journey to improve the lives of Connecticut's children, youth, and families by focusing on young children as the starting point.
Results-based accountability has at root a focus on the result for people. It's called population indicators. And the question is anyone better off as a consequence of what you did as a system or what you did as a program or how you spent your money? It doesn't start by asking how much of something you did or even how well you did it. So it starts with the fundamental notion that because you made a certain expenditure or investment of effort or money, someone should have been better off. That's an unusual question for government to ask at the outset. That's the beauty of RBA, and that's why we think it's so very important.
I would have to say that the biggest change that you see when you're utilizing RBA is focusing on the population quality of life result. You never see that happening. Everybody's defending their narrow program, and maybe their narrow program is not really getting us where we want to go. So by continually looking back at what is the quality of life result that we're trying to achieve here? Who are we trying to make better off? And are we making them better off? And if we're not making them better off, why are we pursuing this particular program if it's not helping us get to the quality of life result that we have established that we want to achieve? That is an enormous difference.
We actually have a subcommittee off of the Appropriations Committee, which is the Results-Based Accountability Subcommittee. That subcommittee works with the agencies so that in our budget hearings, our subcommittee budget hearings as well as our appropriations hearings, agencies are now reporting to us in terms of the quality of life results for the people of the state of Connecticut, and then drilling down into the actual programs that are achieving or not those results. There's a discussion between the agencies and the legislators on the appropriations committees that never happened before. And we're moving forward into this new budget with 8 questions that each and every subcommittee on the appropriations committee is utilizing for their agencies to talk about how does that agency contribute to the quality of life result, and how do their programs contribute to the quality of life, and what measures are they using, how successful are they? So we are embedding this process now, and that totally changes how appropriations is usually done.
The focus on RBA actually came from the Connecticut General Assembly, so we have to give them total credit for this. Representative Urban, Representative Merle brought the RBA process to a group of us. They picked 2 case examples, the cabinet was one, the Early Childhood Education Cabinet, and asked us to be a case example so we could learn together. We jumped in with both feet because the RBA process turns budgeting on its ear. Instead of asking you to tell why you need more of something, it says, what have you done that actually makes a difference for people? So is anyone better off? And for people like me who care a really lot about outcomes and how you get to them, it was a right turn, a correct turn in how we thought about this. So it's been a very good opportunity to apply solid outcomes-based analyses to very complicated policy issues.
Results-based accountability is a fairly straightforward planning tool for figuring out what's the change you want to see at a level of quality of life, in plain English. So all kids are ready for school when they enter kindergarten. Now, there's a lot of information packed into that one sentence, but results-based accountability starts with a sentence or a declaration like that and then works back to, well, if they were, how would we know? And if we wanted to get there, what kind of strategic investments should we be making? It really gets you away from sort of random or feel-good solutions, really asks you to be more intentional, and it is predicated on partnerships. Nobody can get to a population result alone. No agency, no state government agency, no state government. It takes a community of people acting together to deliver on a population result, even one as straightforward as all kids are ready for school when they enter kindergarten.
We've partnered with a major foundation, a formal public-private partnership. We call it the Community Co-Investment Partnership. We put state money, we put private money, and we funded for 2 years 23 local communities to develop their own plans. So it's not the state coming in and telling you how it has to be. We've set the goals, so we know where we want to go. And you at the local level need to find a way to do that. What that builds at the community level, besides leadership and accountability, is people who really understand and who are very supportive and will help you move. And then they turn around and they talk to their legislators who come up to the state, and you find, your support again at the state level. So we've used a process like this that is state and local, and a process like this that involves people at all levels, from community and citizens and parents up to commissioners.
I think it brings more focus and ever more interest in results-based accountability. This is not a time to be random in our investments or for the state to be random in the public investments. The state actually invests a lot of wealth and a lot of time in the lives of children, over $600 million. As they have to cut things, they need to know what's paying off in good results for kids and let go of the things that either aren't working or can't be demonstrated to work. The other point is co-investment becomes even more important at a time like this. The problems didn't get smaller just because the resources did. So people pooling not only their financial assets, but their brain power on this becomes more important. I can't think of a more important time for partnership towards a positive end for kids.
It's just such a logical place to start. If we're not impacting the children, then how can we ever expect to be impacting the future and the quality of life and the difference that we want to make?